You shouldn't set goals until you do this first, because goal setting doesn't work well for most people. So we're going to discuss that and what you should do before you set a goal, and then how to accomplish a goal. Hi, I'm Croy Sather. I'm the guy who ran across America almost 3,000 miles from California to New York, a marathon a day, 26 miles a day for 100 consecutive days. And then after another year of training, I broke the world record running through Death Valley. So I know a thing or two about setting really big, epic goals and accomplishing them. How do you get that to happen? But here's why you shouldn't set a goal until you do this thing first. And the reason that goals don't work well for most people is for one of two reasons. Either they're not serious about the goal, or they don't have clarity on the goal. So before you set a goal, you got to get clarity on what you want. And sometimes you also got to have clarity on the why. Because if you don't have a why you're doing it, then you'll get into either boredom or monotony or difficulty or struggle or stress or strain or whatever. You'll get into some kind of sort of resistance to getting you to that goal, and it'll stop you if you don't have clarity and if you don't have the reason why you're accomplishing this. So let's use an example of losing weight. You want to lose, say, 50 pounds. It's like, well, if you have that clarity, it's like, I want to lose 50 pounds. So I want to be 180 pounds by the end of this year. So let's say you have 8 months. So in 8 months, I want to lose 50 pounds. Then you got to get clarity. It was like, how many pounds is that a month? How many pounds is that a week on average? And then what are you going to do to get it done? This is part of the clarity. What are you going to do to get that done? Every single day, what do you have to do to lose the 50 pounds in 8 months? And so what are you going to eat? It's like, I got to eat healthy. Okay, that's great. That's not clear enough. What are you going to eat? What are you not going to eat? And so that's the clarity that you need. Is like, okay, well, every day, if I eat this, I eat my veggies and I eat the protein and I get a balanced meal, and I don't eat the snacks and I don't eat the ice cream and I don't eat the fried food and I don't go to the fast food restaurant and I don't do all these other things, and I eat this healthy food. Well, that's one. Well, then you got to exercise every day. Well, what are you going to do? 30 minutes of cardio one day, and the next day I'm going to do 30 minutes of strength training. Okay, that's great. Every single day. Are you ever going to take a day off? No, not a single day off, because you're training. Not only you're not training to get the strength and the cardio to lose the calories, but you're also training your mind to be consistent to go after that goal. And then after you accomplish that goal, then you can decide if you're going to take days off or not. This is the same thing for if you want to achieve a goal. If you want to achieve a certain money goal, it's like, well, what do you have to do to get there? What's the goal? How much do you want to make? What are you going to do to make that? If it's not in your day job, then what are you doing on your side job, your side hustle, your regular business? How many sales do you have to make? How much revenue do you have to make? How much is the cost of overhead for you to make that, whatever number that is that you want to make, the net? So you got to be clear on it. So before you set a goal, you got to be clear on everything you're doing. And then the why. I'm losing weight because I want to be healthy and fit and live long for my family. I don't want to deal with diabetes or heart attacks or other things. I don't want to die young from some sort of a medical problem. And so that's a great reason. But I'm doing it for my kids so I can go out and play with them, and I'm active and I can do that. I'm doing it because I want to run a marathon. I'm doing it because I want to hike up whatever mountain, pick Mount Fuji. It's because I want to, whatever it is, I want to go traveling to Italy and be able to walk everywhere that we go. Whatever that reason is, I mean, that's a good reason then. Or if it's to make the money, well, why do you want to make money? Well, because I want to live in this kind of house, in this kind of neighborhood, to drive this kind of car. I want to feel this way. And I want to feel good about myself knowing that I can make that kind of money, so I don't have to have the money struggles and worry day after day after day. How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to pay my rent next month? How am I going to do this, that? Then it's like, those are the good reasons why. So before you set a goal, you need clarity and you need the reason why. And the reason why could be just because I want to be wealthy. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's better if it's also backed by another reason. You want to be wealthy? Go ahead. That's great. Be wealthy. Don't complain about taxes and the government and which president just got elected and whatever else is going on in the world, the inflation, and we're going through crazy times. Don't worry about that. Go and make more money so that you don't have to worry about the extra inflation. You don't have to worry about the extra taxes. You don't have to worry about the rising prices of this or that or whatever, of gasoline, of oil, of air conditioning, of electricity, or any of that. Make enough money that you have enough of a cushion that you don't have to worry about it. That's a great goal, to be wealthy. But it's also better and easier if you have another reason behind it so that I could send my kids to a great college, so that I can retire early, so that I don't have to stay at this job that I can't stand. Those are all the things. This is why you have to get clarity on what you want. You have to be really clear what you're going to do, how you're going to get there, the steps you're going to take every day. But here's a bonus portion to this about setting goals and why goal setting doesn't work for most people. Goal setting doesn't work for most people because they haven't decided that they're going to do whatever it takes and know what every day they have to do to get to the goal they want to get to. I'm about to launch a new podcast show where I'm going to interview other people that have done extraordinary things. And I'm going to I know exactly how many shows I have to get to the point I want to become one of the most popular shows that are on the internet. And so I know exactly what I do. My goal is to be one of the most famous shows in sense of like people that are watching and stuff like that. That's a great goal. It's nice. It's a little bit abstract. That's cool. But I know every day, if I have an interview and I meet somebody new and each day I review that interview that I just did with them and I say, well, what can I do better? What can I say better? What can I ask better? How could I have done this better next time? And each day I grow, then I do another one, then I do another one. If I know what steps I'm going through, I'll get to it. I know that if I go to the gym, I run one morning and I go to the gym and lift weights one morning, I'm going to maintain my muscle mass. I know that I'm going to stay the weight that I want to stay. I know I'm going to keep my six-pack abs. But if I skip any of those, I start eating too much ice cream, I start eating too much of cake and chocolates and whatever else, I know eventually that's going to come between me and my goal. So you've got to not only have the clarity, you got to have the reason to do it, but you've also got to know commit to doing what it takes every day, even when you don't want to. So I just recorded a video before this one. It was kind of a behind the scenes of my Death Valley. Oh, gosh, I must have had restarts on that thing for at least 10 or 12 times. And normally I don't have to restart more than maybe once or twice. I got an idea, I go run it through my head a fefew times, then I go and I record. Relatively easy for me at this point because I've been trained for so long on speaking from stage, and my stage in this case is the camera. But my brain just like, ugh. Like it was just like vomit was coming out of my mouth. Like I couldn't get my thoughts. My brain and my mouth just wasn't connecting. So I had to start over. But I know that if I kept going, eventually the right words and I'm going to get in the flow and they're going to come out. So I know if I stick with it, even through the difficulty, even through the boredom, even through the frustration, even through the anger, even through everything that's going to take me, that's going to create resistance to get to the goal I want. If I keep pushing through and I keep doing the things that I need to do often enough, and I keep pushing through, even when I get stuck, I get frustrated and I keep falling on my face, I know that success becomes inevitable. Success becomes inevitable when you do the things you need to do to get to the goal that you want to get. Success becomes inevitable, but you've got to do the things that will get you that success. If you haven't joined me at Unstoppable Community, go ahead and click the link below or go to unstoppablemorning.com, where I share with you my morning routine and how you can create a morning routine so that you are more productive and get more done than you've ever been before, so that you have enough time to have the life and the lifestyle that you want, and to get clarity on the life and the lifestyle you want, the goal setting, and also the Unstoppable Journal, which helps you get really clear on everything you want. So those two, the morning routine and the journal together, they're both yours. They're free in my community, and trainings that I do not have here in public on YouTube or anywhere else. It's only in the Unstoppable community. So go to unstoppablemorning.com. I will see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.